Every day, thousands of small business owners just give up because sadly, most will never make it past $10,000 a month. And it's not because they're particularly bad at business, but it's because they can't survive the invisible growth phase. Now, what you might not know is that it took Alex Hormozi 9 failed businesses and 6 failed partnerships to actually figure out what worked. Now, he obviously could have easily given up after one of the 9 attempts, but obviously he didn't. He powered through the invisible growth phase and now runs a portfolio of companies that do over $200 million every single year, and he very recently just did over $100 million in sales in just 3 days. And so in this video, I'll explain what the invisible growth phase is and how you can survive it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share a quick 5-step plan that you can take with you right now and start implementing right after this video. First of all, unless you're a VC-backed startup, there is one single main thing that you need to be doing. Just think about it like this. The more correct eyeballs that you get on your offers, the more money you'll make. And so we need to figure out how to do that at scale in the easiest and most cost-effective way possible. And in my experience, building multiple businesses now and dripping to over 7 figures in revenue, the easiest way to do this is through highly targeted outreach. And so now you might be wondering, how can I make this work for me? Great question. So I just want you to think about the last time you did something for the first time. Maybe it was you riding a bike, or maybe it was you going to your first boxing lesson or jujitsu class. You had no idea what you were doing, and you probably hopelessly thought that you'd never get the hang of it. But then as months started going by, you started getting the hang of it and actually started getting pretty good, and now you're probably pretty decent at that thing. And so it's the same exact thing with outreach. What you need to do is you need to power through and figure out how to make it work for you. And that's what the invisible growth phase is. And the best part is, once you figure out how to do it, I can pretty much guarantee that you'll never go broke because you know how to generate demand for virtually any business. Okay, so here are the 5 steps that you need to take in order for outreach to work for you. So first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what channel we're actually going to be doing outreach on. Again, let's go back to our previous example. So just think back to the time when you were learning how to ride a bike. You could have learned on a very busy street, but it probably wouldn't have been the best idea. You could have also just learned on a very steep mountain trail, but that probably wouldn't have been the smartest idea either. And so you probably learned in a park where there was a ton of room and not too many people around, or a street that wasn't very busy. And with outreach, it's the exact same thing. You've got cold email and LinkedIn outreach, which are the busy street and the mountain trail. And then you've got Twitter outreach, which is the beautiful park. On Twitter, you're allowed to send up to 500 messages every single day per account. And not only that, but it's also the cheapest and the easiest one to get set up. Okay, so how do we start with Twitter outreach? It's super easy to do. Just think about a time when maybe your parents or some teacher rewarded you for doing something that they wanted you to do. Maybe you finished your meal and you got a cookie, or maybe you got an A on your test and your test was displayed up on the classroom wall. Do you ever think about why they rewarded you for that? They were essentially just trying to get you to do that same thing again. And so what this translates to in outreach is having an insane offer. So insane that even when people don't want to reply to your message, they have to because of the reward. And so here are the offers that are working best right now. My favorite are very valuable lead magnets, meaning you're giving away something for free that will then open up another issue in someone's business that you can then charge them to solve. There's literally a million different things that you can give out for free. Another one I really like is a pay on results offer. Essentially, you're not charging anything unless you get your client results. This is a win-win, and it's very good, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a bunch of case studies to show to then be able to charge people. And then the third offer that's working really well is low one-time setups. So for example, what you could do is you could do a low one-time setup fee to set up some sort of infrastructure for someone and then charge them on a pay on results basis afterwards. So for example, you can charge a one-time setup fee to get an outreach system set up for a company and then just charge them per every meeting that goes on their calendar. These are the 3 that are working best right now. And if you want to figure out how to get your offers to look like this, hit the first link down below in the description and then navigate to Drippy's Learning Center, and you'll have templates for how to turn these offers into scripts that you can then run as outreach. Okay, so now that we have our offer, what's next? So let's go back to the example where the teacher puts the test where you got an A on the wall. Now let's say that instead of putting your test on the classroom wall, the teacher puts it at a dog park, meaning only dogs will see your freaking test. Is that still a good reward, or is that still a good offer? Probably not. Well, it's pretty much the same offer, right? But what's the difference? The difference is who's looking at it, meaning the audience. And so in order for our outreach to be efficient, we need to put our offer in front of the right people. Let me very quickly show you how to do that. All right, so essentially you just need to find a tool like Drippy.ai that you can find linked down below in the description. And what you want to do is you want to go to the lead section right here. Then we are going to go to new lead source. We hit that, and now we are going to be hit with this little menu. We're going to select lead scraper. And so now all we need to do is we need to figure out who your target audience follows on Twitter. So we're going to open up Twitter right here. Now, if you don't know who your target audience follows, just go into Drippy once again, go to the Learning Center, hit targeting, and then if you scroll down, you're going to see access document. Now, this document right here is going to have a very, very specific list of leads for every single niche. So make sure you hit the link down below in the description to get access to this. So let's say we are reaching out to agency owners. We're going to scrape everyone that Daniel Fazio follows. So we're going to hit Daniel Fazio right there. We're just going to add actually everyone that he follows and the people that follow him as well. We're going to hit add source. Then we are actually going to add another one. So let's do client ascension, which is Fazio's program right there. This is gonna load up followers following. We're gonna hit add source. We're gonna hit next. Now we are just going to take these keywords right here. We're gonna go back into Drippy, bio contents, add element. We're gonna do a quick add. We're gonna paste this. We're gonna hit that. And then we are just going to get rid of this one. And then we are just going to add it back in. So it lets us go through. SMS, there we go. We're gonna hit apply. Now we're going to add our negative keywords right here. We're gonna do that. We are going to hit exclude bio contents, add element, quick add. We're gonna do this. We're gonna hit the little check mark. We're gonna hit apply. And now we are all good to go. So our lead list will actually, once it starts importing, it is going to take all of these people and then it's going to filter it down to only hit people that have one of these keywords in their bio that don't have the negative keywords. So we're gonna hit next, and right here we can see that 66%, or at least 66%, this is loading in the background as we speak. So there we go, 70% of people have actually been filtered out. That's probably gonna keep going up as this keeps loading. We're just gonna hit next for the time being, as this will keep importing. It doesn't matter if you have it open or not, it kind of just runs in the background. We're gonna name this demo agency owners. Now we are going to hit save, and that is it. We have successfully scraped a list of very, very high quality agency owners. And once again, if you want access to all these lists of leads, hit the first link down below in the description, start your 7-day free trial with Drippy, go into the Learning Center, and then that's where you're gonna find everything. And now that we have everything ready to go, we just need to put everything together into a campaign so we can start reaching out to our new leads. So once again, you're just gonna go into Drippy, and now that we have our lead list scraping here in the background, we're gonna go to automations. Now we're gonna hit add new, we're gonna select Coldium 2.0, we're gonna hit next. Now we just need to select our lead source. So we're just gonna do the Fazio demo one that we actually just scraped. We're gonna hit next. For AI message generator type, you can do AI generator, which again, the AI will just come up with everything, or you can do a script personalizer. I like script personalizer just because I like having a little bit more control of what it is that we're doing. Now, here is where it starts getting interesting. In context, you just wanna give the AI a little bit of context about what you guys do. Then in script, this is where your actual offer will come in. As you can see here, this offer is a lead magnet offer. It's actually a list of free leads, and it is very highly personalized. So if you're free to screenshot this message right here, essentially we're saying, hey, first name, I put together a list of 1,000. And so here essentially what we're doing is we're using an AI prompt to figure out who our prospect's ICP is. And then we're name dropping them. So we're saying, hey, I put together a list of 1,000 agency owners who might be interested in, and then again, we're using AI to describe the product or service that the prospect provides. And so we're saying, hey, I put together a list of 1,000 agency owners that are interested in your video production services. And then we're saying, cool, if I send it over, totally free, and that's it, right? So this works really, really well. It's a great lead magnet, and then you can obviously, once they receive value, then that's when you can upsell them, so on and so forth. Now for settings, this is what you want to have right here. AI creativity always at around 1.1, just around 1 typically works well. Split messages on, include website context turned on, include tweet context also turned on. Now we're gonna hit next. You can add variants in here so you can A/B test different scripts. You can add a follow-up. So I typically just do one follow-up 1 day later, and we're gonna just say question mark. We're gonna hit next. Now we're gonna be sending 10 messages per hour, but again, the max is 500 messages per day. And so you can set that as the maximum right there. And then for advanced settings, you always want to have skip previously contacted turned on, so you're not reaching out to anyone that you've previously contacted. You want to have do not contact list turned on, prevent cross account duplicates on, AI language check turned on, and selected to only reach out to people that have their profiles in English. AI location check, again, set to only reach out to people in the United States. But again, this just depends on who it is, or who your ICP is essentially. And then activity check, I like having this anywhere between 15 and 30 days. This will increase reply rates because you're only reaching out to people that are actually active on the platform. We're gonna hit next. Now we're just gonna give this automation name. So we're gonna call this demo agency owners. And now we're gonna select my personal sending account. We're gonna hit create, and now we are sending highly personalized messages with a great offer so that people actually reply on a completely automated basis. And if you wanna try out the tool that you saw in action today, hit the first link down below the description. It'll get you a 7-day free trial so that you can get this all set up for completely free. Now, nothing that you saw in this video is going to be useful if you don't have an optimized profile. And so in this video here, I walk through exactly how to optimize your profile. So make sure you watch that as well. And that's it. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you there.